Because Thursday morning after the second week after Easter, but actually, to tell you the truth, it's our little secret. Today is Easter, okay? That's the only reason I'm wearing my collar. I got Mass in an hour or so, okay? It's Sunday morning, all right? And of course, my thoughts are on the Easter homily. And if you saw the text today for the Thursday of the second week, it's tough to work with. They're skin and bones, okay? And I'm not in the skin and bone mood right now. I'm sort of reflecting. I thought of, see, Easter is a spring. It's the spring feast. It's the spring of it's the feast of the renewal of life. In a profound sense, as theologically massive as it is, I don't know what the word is. The foundation of our hope. The Good Friday leading to Easter Sunday. See, it is also one of the most natural symbols it is the most natural symbol in our own Christian experience. Why? It's the renewal of hope itself. The spring is the refreshment of life out of the winter of death. You see, it's a natural symbol. Easter's a natural time of the year. It's a natural feast. You don't need even Christianity for all you got to do is look out your window. And you see the refreshment. Christianity radicalizes it, takes it to a degree that's unimaginable beyond nature. The hope of the risen Christ is the hope of the immortality of all of us, shared together in a resurrected intimacy, you see. But still, we're nurtured by the visible. We're nurtured by the natural order. It reinforces and enhances, as it were. Why do we show so many flowers? Today, when I get to Mass at St. Mark's, there's flowers everywhere. It's glorious. See? Why? It's a celebratory thing. It's the natural symbols of life itself. It's rejuvenation. And I was thinking about that because I had too much time to think, I guess. Well, whatever. This morning, I was thinking about two things. One, and I share it with you. It's actually my homily, all right? Take it for what it's worth. And I was thinking about one of the most powerful natural symbols of the resurrection that I'd ever experienced, okay, occurred in Alaska. And it was in the wilderness, naturally. I was out with my friend Tom Liebscher, and we were in what they call burn. It was an area that had suffered through a massive forest fire that lasted 2 years. Imagine. Tens of thousands of acres were burned. And it's pitch black. The soot is black, but so are the trees. The trees didn't fall. They stood, and they're pitch black. Okay? And they're beautiful. Beautiful. In their blackened state. You had to see it. You had to see it. What a symbol of the beauty of death itself, the beauty of those who have died and whom we love and died. I call it my wilderness story. The people of my life who have died, with whom I have lived and walked this life, who have loved them and been loved by them. The blackened trees of a wilderness forest, consumed by the fire of death. See? The forest fire of death. What a symbol. What a powerful symbol of death and its beauty as well. Those trees are stunning, but they are not alive. They're dead. But beneath them, in the soot, in the blackened soot, is this tiny little weed. It's called a fireweed. Very, very delicate, very fragile, but she has the most gorgeous little pink petals. You had to see it. And I remember kneeling down on the ground with my iPhone, taking pictures of her because I said, what a symbol of the resurrection. The fireweed. And to this day, the fireweed is a great symbol of spring for me, of life. The rejuvenation of life within the soot, right in the soot itself. She's a fireweed. She grows out of the soot. Out of death, she derives her life. What a symbol. What a symbol of the resurrection. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Talk about a natural symbol, bespeaking quietly and beautifully the resurrection of Christ and our own resurrection, our own share in the resurrection of Christ. Mm-hmm. And that leads to my second thought. And this was 50 years ago, not quite, 48 years ago, 49 years ago, I was in Italy with my parents. We visited my mother's side of the family in Lucca. And there was the surviving member of my grandmother's family. My grandmother's sister was still alive. She must have been in well into her 80s by then. So it's my mother's aunt, my great aunt. And we met and we had dinner together, et cetera, et cetera. It was my mother's side, okay, of the family. As I was leaving, as we were leaving, my mother, father, and I, my great aunt said to me in Italian words that I still remember because of their vividness, their beauty, and their power. She didn't say to me, ciao, ci vediamo, we'll see you, ciao. That's kind of Italianist way of say bye-bye. That means like bye-bye. She didn't say that to me. She could have, the others did. Hey, ciao. But she said to me, ci vediamo in paradiso. We will see each other again in paradise. That is the Easter symbol. That's faith. She didn't say, hey, I'll see you, goodbye. I love seeing you. Thank you for visiting me. Ci vediamo in paradiso. We will see each other again in paradise. That's Easter. It isn't the rising of Christ alone. He rises with he rises in the body with the body, and the body is the people of God, the church, you and I, all whom we have loved and been loved by, all who have shared in the life of Christ through baptism, the Eucharist, the life of the church, the life of a good conscience. That we will see each other again in paradise. I remember my Sarah, her grandmother said, her grandmother Pat probably said to me one of the most profound things I ever heard by anybody under any condition. She said of Sarah, she said, to love Sarah, you must first see Sarah. Not look at her, not get to know her. You have to see her. So you have to see her. You cannot see without a heart open to love. Without a heart open to love. When my great aunt said, ci vediamo in paradiso, we will see each other in the intimacy of love, who and we are, not just what we are, who we are together in love. Ci vediamo, we will see each other in the paradise, in paradiso di vita, in the paradise of life itself. That's Easter. That is the profoundest meaning of Easter. It's not only that Christ gently rises from the empty tomb and the apostles find the empty tomb, and eventually, first the women and then the apostles, encounter Christ on the road, in life, in each other, with each other, but for us as well, you see. That in the resurrection, Christ's resurrection, in the life of the church, we will rise with Christ forever, seeing each other, not looking at, seeing each other with the intimacy of love itself. That we will see each other in paradise. That is the Christmas. It is Christmas, but it is the Easter mystery, bringing Christmas to fulfillment. I think of those words, ci vediamo in paradiso. We will see each other again in paradise.